Hi,
Hello, hi.
how are you?
Name is Sneha.
Yeah,
Sorry, I forgot you.
yeah,
Sneha,
Sneha.
right?
Right.
Hi, Sneha. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good, good. Doing good.
Okay, though you do not need an introduction, let me start by introducing ourselves to the audience, right? From making a mark in the freelancing industry to LinkedIn marketing, from most impressively petting a dog to clicking the most aesthetic food pictures, we have on board Ms. Shreya Pattar to talk about the freelancing world. First of all, I hope you're on the best of your health and your family is safe. Um, Let me start with the very first question. Suppose you've been given a scenario that a 15 to 16-year-old kid who had to drop out from school and support his family is going through financial crisis. This kid has one skill that could be anything like writing or graphic designing, but he does not have the resources to know more about freelancing like we did. So, what would be the 5 tips or like a 5 point blueprint you would give to this kid so that he could start with freelancing and land his first client?
Okay. First of all, thanks for the introduction, Sneha. One of the most unique introductions I've ever had. So thank you for that. In terms of your question, when somebody is in a deep financial crisis and they have instant need for money, I don't recommend freelancing. I actually say that you should find a job, find a part-time job, just pick something up, maybe take multiple part-time jobs so that you can start earning almost instantly. So that is in terms of if you have a financial crisis. But then if if you do want to freelance anyway, I do have some tips for that. So the first step would be that you decide what skill you want to freelance in. Just pick one. Don't try to mix things up. So if you have a skill of writing, graphic designing, multiple skills, pick one to start with. The next step would be to figure out just who you want to work with, like what niche are they in, what industry are they in, what do they do, probably even how much money do they make, what is their job profile like, all of those things, right? And once you have your your core skill and your audience figured out, then you know, okay, what can you offer them. So you have a skill, let's say, of graphic designing. You know, you want to work with let's say food bloggers, that's your interest. So maybe you could do some sort of graphic designing for their Instagram page, for their blog, something like that that relates to their niche and it blends in your skill set really nicely. So that will help you come up with your offer that okay, you are going to help food bloggers with graphic designing specifically, let's say for Instagram. The next step would be to start pitching to people. So DM food bloggers, email food bloggers, tell them what you can do for them. You can also offer free work initially and then start getting paid over time. When you're offering free work, just make sure you ask for testimonials. And the final tip would be that once you do start working with them, um, have good clarity and focus on what you're offering. What do you think they want more? What do you think you're missing out on? What do you think they want different? So that for the next client, you can do a better job. So I think these would be the first, like, initial ways to start freelancing and to find your first client.
That was a very insightful answer. Thank you. My next question would be that I know for a fact that you consider your parents to be your mentors, for they have always understood your passion and also have helped you work towards it. How do you think good parenting plays um, a, a big role when it comes to not having chosen a mainstream career like medical or engineering?
Right. I think it's important depending on, you know, depending on how much you value your
Yeah.
parents' decision and support. I think it's different for everyone, yes. But if you're somebody who does care about that, who does find a lot of meaning and purpose and value in that and motivation in that, then of course, having that sort of, what do you say, validation from your parents is a plus point. Um, and it's more important because I think, especially in freelancing, because freelancing is a bit up and down, right? You don't have a fixed salary. Although you could be doing really good, there will be times when you will be doing not so good. And it might still be better compared to, let's say, whatever you would have ended up doing. It could still be better, but now because you've set the bar for yourself and for your family that this is the best you can do, I think the expectations do increase. So when you have that family support or support from anybody who you really care about, then it becomes easier to cope up with the fact that okay, even they understand that sometimes there will be lows, but that doesn't mean it's time to give up. It just means it's time to double down, right? So yeah, I think it's very important, plays a key role. Although, yes, there are many people who are successfully freelancing even without their parents' 100% support. So I think it's different for everyone.
Yeah. What the follow-up question to the same is, what would be one advice that you would like to give to like youngsters or youth who do not have that parental support or the family support?
I think, look, like basically what parents are looking for is that their children are earning well. That is their main concern. Children are earning well so that they can take care of themselves. They parents usually don't even think about how much you can support them later on when they are older or something. That's not their first thought. Their first thought is, can you sustain yourself and can you build a good life for yourself, right? And can you do it long term? It maybe you're doing it now, but is it something that will also help you 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line? That is their main concern. So if you do freelance, make sure you're putting your full heart into it and your full hard work into it, because the better you earn, the more your parents will have confidence that yes, my child is well settled. The more chances they have of understand. Even if they don't understand, they'll probably be like, okay, you're doing well, so I'm happy for you, keep doing. I don't understand what you're doing, but keep doing it, you know. So I would say, yeah, double down and make sure any results you get, you share them with your family. Not every day, but every few weeks, just tell them how it's going. Involve them in that process and make them realize how well you're doing, and they'll be happy.
Yeah. Thank you for that answer. So my next question is that if a freelancer has more than one or like a range of services to offer, how do they create an offer that attract clients?
So if you have a range of services, you can package them up into a bundle. So you could say graphic designing, content writing, social media management, video editing. This could become like a really good Instagram marketing bundle, and you could charge anywhere from like $1,000 to $5,000 per month for a really good, all done for you kind of Instagram marketing, social media marketing service. Uh, but if you have multiple services, you will still often find that there is one like very star offer that you have, which people will tend to buy. So you might have an offer that's $100, that's also maybe $2,000, but you'll find that most of your clients are picking an offer that includes one to three things, and it is usually around $1,200 to $1,500. So then you make sure that okay, you're picking up, you follow that pattern that what are people looking for most, then you make that your best offer and usually you pitch that again and again because you know that this one has demand. So that's how you figure out which offer is best for you, which is working best for you, and which one you should keep doing more and more of and improve on. You can use that.
Thank you. I recently saw your video, your New Year gift, the sales calls, in which you were talking
Mhm.
about the rate card. So, how should
Yeah.
actually a freelancer prepare a rate card on what the the range of prices for the services he offers should be based on?
So when you're creating a rate card, first of all, I recommend creating it for yourself, not to send to clients. When you're talking to prospects, give them personalized offers. Don't confuse them by sending them a whole rate card, right? But when you do create a rate card, you can consider factors like how much time is involved in that particular work. What does the project duration look like? What is the value of the project? So once you, let's say you do the social media marketing, what's the value that the client is getting from it? It could be more sales, It could be, increasing your revenue, of course. It could be more followers, more growth, more interviews, more PR. What exactly are they getting? Value. And then you consider also the, what do you say, the paying capacity of your audience. That is
Yeah.
important. So if your target audience is somebody who makes a fair amount in their business, then yes, you can charge a good amount to them. But if you are especially going in for early stage startups, then although your service may be good and you may have potential to charge more, your prices may have to, you know be reduced, because they are usually in the funding stage. They're usually in the stage where they don't want to spend too much, for example, on marketing initially. So yeah, it depends also on your audience. These would be the main factors.
Does it also depend on like the market research, like what all other freelancers are offering?
See, if you go by the percentages, maximum people charge really, really low. If you look at something like Fiverr or Upwork, most people, you could hire them for like $5 an hour, $7 an hour. Some people do like entire projects for like $100. Uh, big projects, month-long projects for $100. Full website development and everything that will take 3 months, they do it for $1,000. So if you go by the numbers and mark, like the vast majority will charge a very low amount. So I do not recommend that. That's really not something. That's not a good metric to go by. But what you could go by in terms of numbers is what value you're creating for the person. So how much benefit, maybe monetary benefit, your client is generating from what you have to offer, and also the paying capacity. That is a better metric where you realize, okay, um, look, you could get paid $5 and $1,000 for the same article, right? It's who is paying you that makes a lot of difference, and how good you are at what you do. Of course, that matters. So consider those numbers instead of like competitive pricing.
Yeah, thank you. I once in one of your podcasts noticed that you said every freelancer should hold on to at least two social media platforms, create content there, and then actually, leverage the power of their audience to sell their services. What could be those, the range of services that a freelancer could sell? Like you're selling ebooks and you also offer your own services, you work with clients. So, what could be the other services like this?
So one is services would be, when you're working with clients, then it could be info products, which are like ebooks, courses. Um, you could have templates. You could sell also consultations and coaching calls. So these could be one off. These could be month long, 8 weeks long, 12 weeks long, whatever you prefer. You can have membership based models as well. So you can set up, let's say, a Telegram channel or a Discord group, and you charge, let's say, $20 per month for discussions there. You can also get paid for affiliate marketing, so you can sell other people's, like, let's say you affiliate for my ebooks, you get a commission on every sale that you help me make. And you could also do collaboration. So if a brand finds value in your audience and your audience is aligned, then they would be willing to pay you anywhere between like $200 to $1,000, even more, based on your following per post. So that's also another way of making money. There are lots of ways of making money as such. The fundamental would be that you build a very targeted audience, so that when you do release a product, when you do release or you do a collab, you see good results, because you know your audience is mostly, let's say in my case, it's freelancers. So I know that if I release something for freelancers, it will do well. So just don't build a confused audience. Build highly focused audience, and that will work for you.
How does a person actually choose the target audience for themselves?
You have to decide who you want to work with, whose life you want to improve. That is the basic question. In my case, for services, it's different. But let's say for Instagram and on Twitter, I'm very much focused on teaching freelancing, on showing, all of these questions that you're asking, right? How to find clients, how to make more money, how to price your services, what services to offer, all of those kinds of things. So I do that on LinkedIn and, sorry, on Instagram and on Twitter. And That's because it aligns with just what I do, and also it aligns with what I enjoy doing. So you have to kind of find what sort of content you want to create, who you think, whose life you can add value to, who can you help, who can you eventually even create something worth selling for. So it's not just your content, but eventually if you create products or courses or sell services, who could you do that for? Keep that like long term monetization plan in mind and then pick an audience.
To finally, end this conversation, I would like to highlight the fact how beautifully you empathize with your audience and create content around their pain points. So the question goes like, how can people who have become an established freelancers now actually impact lives and, add value to the life of other people's after they have established themselves?
I think a lot of freelancers are already doing that when they share their journey, when they share their experiences. I think that's the best we can do. I, I mean, there's different ways everyone does it. There's different ways everyone approaches how they share their journey. A lot of people will talk specifically in numbers, like how much their income would be. Some people talk in terms of everything that's happening right now. So what are they learning along the way? That's more like a build in public kind of thing, right? Where you are learning and you are teaching at the same time. In my case, it's mainly sticking to like what should you do and how should you do it. So it's made I like to blend it with my personal experiences, of course, because I love storytelling, narrations. But yeah, for me it's mainly okay. One, two, three. This is what you can do. Go apply it right now, and it will work for you. I know it will work for you. So there's different ways everyone does it. Um, there's free, there's paid, of course. There's ebooks, there's coaching calls. There's a lot of ways to learn from all of us. And I think, yeah, the best we can do is keep sharing our story. And I'm glad that so many people have taken up freelancing after like seeing our content online. So that's great.
Taking action and consistency is something I've learned from you, and I would like to thank you for. And thank you so much for this conversation. I hope you have an amazing day ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much too. It was
Thank
great
you.
speaking with you.
Thank you.